I'm Adam,
And I'm Sugar.
and this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey, Sugar, are you excited for Halloween and trick-or-treating?
Oh, absolutely. Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year. I mean, who wouldn't love dressing up and getting all the ice they want?
Ice? I'm not sure many people will be prepared to hand out ice. It might be a tough sell in the neighborhood. You'll probably get candy instead.
Why not? Ice is cheaper than candy. It sure is a lot healthier, too. Well, you can't blame a polar bear for trying, right?
What do you plan on putting your ice in?
I'll roll around my cooler, of course.
In today's book, Crankenstein's favorite day of all, Halloween, has gone rotten. Creepy cool costumes, super scary jack-o'-lanterns, and loads of candy have been ruined by costume disasters, pumpkin carving nightmares, and a terribly untimely toothache. Can Halloween be saved, or will today turn into the crankiest Halloween in history? Let's get started. Trick or Treat Crankenstein, written by Samantha Berger, illustrated by Dan Santak. Shockers, candy corn coffins, zombies, gummy bones, original cemetery stone bubblegum, tooth rot, it suffices. Do you know what today is? Crankenstein knows what today is. It's a day that rhymes with Schmalloween, and it's Crankenstein's favorite day of the year. Except when he wakes up with a toothache, which makes eating ghostly O cereal extra challenging. Crankenstein would say, "Meh." Except when his brother doesn't know what he's supposed to be and laughs till he falls off the couch. Crankenstein would say, "Meh." Except when a storm suddenly blows in just as he's leaving for the big fall festival, and his costume isn't exactly waterproof. Crankenstein would say, "Meh."
That happened to me once.
It started raining on you?
No, I got sick on Halloween.
How did you manage to enjoy Halloween while not feeling your best?
I decided to make the most of it. I wrapped myself in a warm blanket and headed out with my friends for some trick-or-treating. I even put on the tiny costume to blend in with the other kids.
What'd you dress up as?
I went as a regular bear, just to fit in with the crowd. It was a simple costume, but it did the trick. I still got to enjoy all the candy and all the fun Halloween decorations.
It's great that you didn't let being sick ruin your Halloween spirit. Did you get anything special?
Oh, absolutely. People were so amused by my costume that they gave me extra candy. I think the costume had them fooled for a while. Plus, I had some hot chocolate afterwards to warm up, and that made me feel a lot better.
That's a brilliant plan, Sugar. Turning a potential Halloween disaster into a sweet and heartwarming memory. This is a day where you might find Crankenstein lost in a corn maze, or carving a pumpkin, which is not going as planned, or standing next to someone wearing the exact same thing in the costume parade, only so much better. You can be sure to spot Crankenstein trick-or-treating at the house that gives out toothbrushes instead of candy. Crankenstein can't stand that. Or when he's startled by a big boingy spider. Crankenstein does not care for big boingy spiders. And you'll definitely see Crankenstein when his brother sneaks candy from his stash. Crankenstein did not sign off on this brother sneaking candy from his stash. Meh. This is not what Crankenstein had in mind for his favorite holiday of the year. Not at all.
I once dressed up as an ice cube, complete with a shiny costume that made me look all frosty.
Oh, that sounds cool. Literally. But what happened?
Well, there was this other polar bear named Frosty who showed up to the Halloween party in a costume that made him look like a whole igloo. He had a fake snow falling from the roof. Everyone was impressed with how he iced the competition.
Now that's taking it to the next level.
Have you ever been upstaged by someone else's costume?
I dressed up as a giant pencil one time at school.
I bet you look quite sharp in that costume.
I thought it was a pretty creative idea until I saw Sebastian, one of my students. He was dressed up as a human-sized box of crayons. He had all the colors and even a built-in sharpener.
That's hilarious. I bet the kids loved his costume.
But just when you're sure Crankenstein has never had a crankier Halloween, someone might come to the door who looks a little familiar. And when Crankenstein sees someone dressed up as Crankenstein for Halloween, he is gonna lose it. Trick or treat, Crankenstein! Because nothing is as funny as seeing yourself so cranky. Except seeing a whole cranking crowd so cranky. That's when you realize, Happy Halloween! This Halloween might not be quite as bad as you thought. Phew. Gummy skulls, sour black cats, ripped peanut butter discs, 2 peanut butter discs, original skulltills, imbibe the spectrum. That happened to me once. It was kind of creepy.
What, your friends came over to your house to cheer you up?
No, my whole class came to school dressed as me. It was during our school's Spirit Week, and the theme for the day was Dress Like Your Favorite Teacher. I couldn't believe my eyes when I walked into the classroom that morning. There were mini Adams everywhere.
How did you react to seeing all those little versions of yourself?
Well, I couldn't stop laughing, to be honest. Each one of them had a Hawaiian shirt, and they looked just like me. I had to take a group photo, of course.
That sounds like a memorable photo. Did they try to teach the class like you too?
Oh, they certainly tried. I let them do it for a little while, and we had a good laugh together.
Did they manage to capture your teaching style?
They were more interested in joking around and having fun than sticking to the lesson plan, but I appreciated the effort. It was a great day, and it showed how much they enjoyed having me as their teacher.
It sounds like you have a special bond with your students.
Thanks. Speaking of that, if you feel like you've had a special bond with this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam.
And I'm Sugar.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Did you know trick-or-treating has existed since medieval times? Taking candy from strangers on one night of a year isn't new tradition. Back then it was known as guising in Scotland and Ireland. Young people dressed up in costumes and went door to door looking for food or money in exchange for songs, poems, or other tricks they performed.